Hello everyone. In this video, we will be factoring sum and difference of cubes, and this is the second part. I will put the link of the first part in the description box below. So the first formula that is inside the box right here is for sum of cubes, and the second formula right here is for the difference of cubes. Sum of cubes because it's a plus in between these two terms, and difference of cubes because it's a minus between these two terms. Now, there is a trick in order that we can remember this formula pretty quick. So the trick is that we remember that this two signs right here will always be the same. And this two signs right here will always be opposite to each other. And this two signs right here will always be positive every time. So as you can see here, again, these are the same and these are opposite. These are the same and these are opposite. And again, this one right here will always be positive every time. So then I go ahead and label this trick right here. Okay, now let's have an example to better see how this formula works. So let's take this first example right here. So we're supposed to factor completely 8x cubed minus 64. There are steps that we need to follow in order that we can factor this expressions that we have right here. The first step is to determine the values for a and b. So in order that we can determine the a, that would actually come from the first term. So we're supposed to get the cube root of 8x cubed. So we're going to start with 8. So when we say cube root, we need to figure out what number is that. When we multiply that number 3 times by itself, it's going to come out 8. So that number is actually 2. So this will be labeled as our a because it comes from the first term. So that is actually 2, meaning if I multiply 2 times 2 times 2, that is 8. And then the cube root of x cubed is just x. So I can go ahead and say that our a is 2x. Now we determine the b. The b would come from the second term, which is 64. In order that we can determine for b, we need to figure out what is that number such that when we multiply this number 3 times by itself, it's going to come out 64. So that number is 4. So that if we multiply 4 times 4 times 4, it's 64. So our b is 4. So that we go ahead and look at the formula that we have established at the beginning of this video. Since this is a minus, so we're looking for the difference of cubes formula. So then we're ready to move on to the second step. The second step is to plug in the values for a and b into the formula. So since our a here is 2x, so I can go ahead and write 2x. And then that's a minus b, that's a 4, so minus 4. Then parentheses, a squared, again our a is 2x, so 2x times 2x is 4x squared. That's going to be a plus ab, so we multiply a times b, so 4 times 2x is 8x. And then we go ahead and add the b squared, so our b is 4, so 4 squared is 16. So this is our factored form of this expression that we have up there. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that this 8x cubed minus 64 is equal to this. At this time, I would encourage you to pause this video and try this problem out on your own. And when you're done, unpause it and check your answer. Okay, so we go over the problem here. Again, there are steps that we need to follow in order that we can factor this out. The first step is to determine the values of a and b. So again, our a would come from the first term. So we're going to get the cube root of 27. The cube root of 27 is 3, meaning if we multiply 3 times, so 3 times 3 times 3, it's 27. The cube root of x cubed is x. Now to find for b, it has to come from the second term. So we get the cube root of 1, and that value is 1. So that if we multiply 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. So pretty much our A is 3x, our B is 1. So then since this is a plus, we're going to look at the formula that we have right here. So this is a sum of cubes. So then we are going to follow this equation that we have right here. So I can go ahead and say that our A is 3x. So I'll write 3x plus our B is 1. And then we have our A squared. That is 3x times 3x is 9x squared. That's a minus AB. So multiply the A and B. That is a 3x. And then the last one right here is plus b squared. So 1 squared is 1. So this is the factored form for this expression that we have up here. So that we can go ahead and say that this is whole expression right here is actually equal to this. Did you get the same answer as this? Good. Perfect. If you find this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!